Mamma mia! Mamma mia!
Huh? Nope. Nope.
Mamma mia!
This is Jason from Retro Gaming Asylum. Welcome to Game Masters.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Let the money flow. Just send it over our way. Give it to us. I survived. Thank you guys. Before I get to Brandy here, I want to say thank you for giving us your gracious blessing of having last week off, because I probably wouldn't have survived, Brandy, had I not taken it off, because I, like an idiot, forgot it was my wife's birthday. And those of you that are friends with her on Facebook knew that it was her birthday. I even got some messages, Brandy, that they were like, you're having the show and it's your wife's birthday? Like, did the elevator not go to the top? And the elevator didn't go to the top.
They can forgive you. No, I'm kidding. It's totally understandable. We all know in your old age over
That's
there,
what it
you're
is.
a little bit more forgetful. You didn't put two and two together. And, Yeah, don't do it next year.
I won't do it next year. Hey, she had a good birthday. She got everything that she wanted. What do you think of my transition here? Show me the money. Bring on the money. Now, before we get
Wow.
started, we have to raise at least $100 in donations.
Oh no, we're gonna be one of those people now.
Isn't that the trend to be a grifter?
Exactly.
Isn't that what we gotta do?
We're
I'm
getting into
kidding.
it.
I'm kidding, guys. You don't have. It's a joke. We're not asking to do that.
We are totally getting into all of it tonight. We
want to get into all of it. Yes.
we have seen some craziness on YouTube. We have seen it on all the socials where people literally beg and beg and beg, and when they don't quite hit that number, they keep mentioning it until they hit a certain number. And we're going to be talking about this tonight because there's a lot of this stuff going on.
Our brother from another mother, Destination Switch in the house. What's going on? No bars. Toredo, I guess that's how you say his name. Brandy had to remind Steven about his wife's birthday, or else he would have been doing the episode in the doghouse. Dude, I wouldn't have been doing doing in the doghouse. I probably would have been dead on the side of the road. Let's just be honest right now.
Oh no.
That probably Brandy would have been investigating the crime that had happened. But no, what's going on, everybody? Insane Gamer in the house. What's up, all you guys? Appreciate y'all coming out.
Welcome.
Yeah, we're gonna have a few of these where we're gonna have to shift the podcast in the future. There's some things coming down. We're not gonna talk about it right just yet. It's not bad things, but it's things that we might have to either miss an episode or rearrange some things here. But we appreciate.
Yeah,
we're not going
it
anywhere.
out.
We appreciate the messages like, oh no, are you guys quitting? Or no, we're not quitting. I know I joke around. We're not quitting. In fact, we've been kind of going bigger and harder and faster. And I feel like, what's that name of that song? It was in the 90s. It was faster, slower. I can't think of the name of the song. But anyways, I remember it at the roller rink.
It's for all you oldies out there. If anyone
Anybody know
knows
what
it,
it is?
I'm
What's the song? Put it in the chat room. Anyways, I don't want to sing too much of it because they'll copyright us.
I doubt that.
Not with my voice. Anyways, I think it's kind of cool. And I appreciate all the messages that came out. I know you said you got some messages. I got some messages. People are like,
yeah.
Are you quitting the podcast? No, we're not quitting the podcast. We are Game Masters. We're sticking around. In fact, we've been lining up conventions that we're going to do Game Masters there. So that way, when you guys come out, you either get to do a panel with the Game Masters or hang out with the Game Masters or however you want to do it. I mean, we're just people. But at the end of the day, we're going to have some fun. Daft Punk. There we go. Okay. She knows that now. And now she's going to retract her old
I think
comment.
It was the off pitch.
Is that what it was? I got you. I don't have auto tune.
I think it was that you were saying.
Do I look like Britney Spears? I don't have auto tune. Come on now. All right. Anyways, so let's kick off this. Show with something that we alluded to 2 weeks ago. Okay. We want to show. Or we're going to talk about it. I'm not going to show. We're not going to listen to it. If you guys haven't listened to it, you need to go over to his channel. But as you guys know that John Hancock is a friend of ours, as we're not making any excuses for anything. But the controversy, Brandy, came up. People had asked about John Hancock. He had a video. This is the video you're seeing is Plan D. 60% of his game collection, he is donating it overseas to a Swedish video game museum. Am I understanding that correctly? It's a museum in Sweden, I think it is, right?
It's like a online. Now there is a physical
catalog
location,
thing,
obviously, but it's like for preservation's sake.
Preservation. That's what it is. Okay.
Right?
So let's back up. He told you
Hmm.
years ago, as well as everybody, that he was taking donations for games. He was taking donations for, consoles, whatever people wanted to give him, so that he could make it work for a museum.
Yeah.
Which Now people are saying, well, he kind of screwed everybody over. That's not the case. He's doing, he's just giving this stuff away, and he shouldn't be. It should be sent back to the people that gave it to him. And that's not necessarily the case. We'll get to that here in just a second. Go ahead, you can bring it over. My wife has brought me a nice drink here, so I'm just gonna.
Nice. Well, from my understanding, I think some of it's being sold and some of it's being donated. And there's two places. One is the place overseas, and then one is a Guy's Game and
Guy's
Beer.
Gaming Beer that they go to the conventions to show it. Yeah.
Yes. So some is being sold, I believe. Not all of it's being donated. Some is being sold. Some is being donated.
But can we allude to this too with this?
Yes.
Let everybody know the stuff that is being sold. He's already been in contact. He says it in this video. If you don't have to believe us, he says this from his own mouth.
Yeah.
He's been in contact with those that have donated and asked them, "What do you want me to do? Do you want the games back? Do you want me to send it back, or whatever was sent to him?" Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of videos out there where people are attacking John.
Yeah.
All we're doing is presenting the facts. We're not going one way or the other here. We're just presenting facts. You guys make the decision. We're not trying to sway what you think.
Yeah.
The facts are, he was in contact with the donors. He says it in the video. If you paid attention to the video, he says that in the video. But he also says, what do you guys want me to do? This is what I think is best for this. It's going to be into preservation. And it seems like unanimously, Brandy, and correct me if I'm wrong, they all said no. Do that, sell that, and do the other part to the Guy's Game and Beer. Am I understanding that correctly?
I believe so, because obviously this has been something that has been ongoing for over 10 years at this point?
Yes.
So these conversations, I'm sure, it's not just the first time hearing about it, a couple weeks ago.
Correct.
This has been ongoing even since we saw him and interviewed him.
Yes.
In Pittsburgh. He was telling us that
he is a team. He is a team of people.
Yeah. And people were reaching out about things that they had donated, and they were in chat. Like, they were talking about things. And it's not just like one day he sprung it on everyone without speaking about things. This has been building up for many, many years. Obviously, things wanted to go a certain way. Then you pivot. They don't go that way. Then they pivot. And that's how a lot happens with life. I mean, not everything works out, and that's kind of how life is.
Yeah, I want to kind of allude to that too, Brandy. Off of that, when John was first talking about doing a museum, he's not a guy that knows how to run a museum. He'll be the first to tell you. Mm-hmm. Okay, that was his dream. I think that was Plan A. This video talks about Plan D, so he went so far. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
John, when he first said about doing a museum with his collection and everything like that, never planned for his wife to get cancer. Nobody plans for that. You don't plan for it. I don't plan for that. People in the chat, you don't plan for that. You plan for your future, however you see fit, however you feel that you want to do it. And that's what he was doing. So I believe that John's integrity is intact because he didn't go back on his word. That's really what he wanted to do. He wanted to build a museum.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether or not he could or not, well, that remains to be seen. I don't think that's right. For people to be like, well, you should have done it anyways. Well, no, not necessarily, because times change, people change, et cetera, et cetera. But I think where John was, he's trying to do the best for the collection so that everybody can enjoy it, since he can't do a museum, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is where the big topic comes in. What we're wanting to talk about is to donate or not donate. I believe if you donate to an online creator, you have to know what you're getting into. And it's not like you go to the store, Brandy, and you buy yourself a can of ginger ale, Canada Dry, right? You don't go and you give money to the store and they give you a can of ginger ale.
Yes.
When you donate to a content creator, you're investing, just like investors in a business, you're investing into the way the content creator is building their business.
Mm-hmm.
You're investing into the way of their dream, their vision, what they're wanting to do, regardless if it's video game collecting, regardless of it. You're helping to support their vision. If it's Brandy, if it's you trying to build a studio, they're investing into equipment for you to build your studio, right? At what point do you feel that somebody should be entitled, and I'm going to use the word entitled here,
Mm-hmm.
to ask John and question John what he wants to do with now his stuff? Because if I give you something, it's no longer mine, it is yours, and there's no malicious intent behind on John's part, at least none that I've seen. Did you see any?
No.
Okay. So this is all his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What gives us the right as people, that whether we donated money, whether we donated a physical item, to judge and say what this man can do with it?
And I mean, when you look at it, so like, let's say you were to get into the legalities of things, okay? We'll go ahead and play this. If you donate something to someone, you gift them something, you are not owed that item back.
Correct.
So, like, if police get called out to somewhere and you tell the police officer, I gifted this item to them and I gave it to them, that is no longer your item. They will not retrieve those items for you. That is something that you would have to take to court, prove, whatever, but it wouldn't go anywhere because it was a gift. It was given away. And what essentially happens with it, that's your plan to work out when you give that to them. If there's a contract and it says, I'm gifting this to this person only if this is done with it, and if it is not done with it, then I deserve it back. That's different because there's a contract involved.
Right.
There's some sort of agreement, something like that. When people gift things, that's a whole different ballgame. And then the same with what you're explaining with, there's goods and services. A lot of times people give to creators as a service. We are entertainment value. We're not a physical good that you can hold and put on a shelf.
Right.
We are more of like an entertainment. And then there's also people that like to help out if we are doing certain things, or if people are building something or branding something, or something of that. So I mean, there are differences with all of this, but there's no crime.
No, and I think, Brandy, just like we were talking about conventions a little bit ago,
Mm-hmm.
it would be like us guys in the chat. Brandy and I never ask for super chats. If you guys super chat, it's on your own free will. We try to bring everybody's comment up as we're talking and things like that. We don't make you pay to play. We don't play that game.
Yeah.
But what if there was a time where some of you guys were like, hey, we really want you to come out to Game On Expo out here in Arizona. And a bunch of you guys were like, well, I'll donate $100. I live out in Arizona. I'd love to meet these two at the convention. So that way it pays for your flight to go out. What you're doing is investing into something not only for us to go out there, but also you to meet us or hang out with us or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. After the Game On Expo is over, do you sit there and you say, well, I want that $100 back or whatever, because, you didn't really have a good time and you found out we were bigger nerds than you thought we were. And you were just like, I don't want to
Speak for yourself.
And Brandy's a lot older in person than she looks on the internet. You might want your money back. But joking aside, no, nobody's going to do that. Not one person in here in the chat room is going to do that. They're going to get behind it and they're going to rally. Or if something bad happened where you were down and out, and people want to donate to help you out, that's different. I still say that's a form of grifting, but we'll go down that road another time. But I don't think there's anything wrong with the questions being asked. So I want to state that the people that are trying to hold John accountable, I don't think they're wrong. But I also don't think they're right when they say that he needs to do this. He can do whatever he wants. There's nothing wrong with people holding anybody else accountable. You can do that, right? You hold me accountable, I can hold you accountable.
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean in the grand scheme of things?
Yeah, I mean, people are going to ask questions, and they're going to, Monday morning quarterback anyone.
That's right.
Every situation that happens, people are always going to raise questions. They're always going to say, you should have did this, you could have did that, you should have did this. You don't know until you're in those situations. You don't know until your family struggles. You don't know until something bad happens to you. You don't know what your life's going to hold. And we all hope for the best.
Oh yeah.
But things happen, and pretty much with him, it's just he didn't have to donate anything. He could have sold literally everything and profited and just literally like rubbed it in everyone's face, but he didn't do that. He still wanted to have the preservation, whether it was a place you could physically visit or not, but it's still doing more good for the community than not. And he could have been, rightfully so, he could have been selfish and took everything and just said, you know what, I worked hard, I've done this YouTube thing for whatever, if I want to sell it and make top dollar, he could have done that. And he wouldn't have been wrong. If it's your items, you're storing those items, you're dusting those items, you're cleaning those items, you're prepping those items, you're renting storage units possibly, you're paying the money for those items. It's like if you go to put your car somewhere or storage unit, it's like you have to spend the money on that stuff. You put all this work and effort into owning items.
Brandy,
So-
how many? Look, we don't have to say exactly what the things were, but I've given you some stuff as well as you've given me some stuff, right?
Yeah.
Have either of us gone to each other? So, Brandy, did I ever say to you, "Hey, Brandy, so what did you do with XYZ that I gave you?"
Yeah.
I hope you didn't sell it,
I'm kidding,
Brandy.
I get it.
Well, no, I'm using this as an example. We're friends
Yeah.
here, and we've given each other stuff, and never, when it leaves my hands. One of the things that I had given her was one of those miniature arcades, New Wave toys,
That's right.
brand new out of the box. I had an extra one, so I gave it to her. I never said to her, Brandy, if you ever decide to get rid of it, give it back. No. In fact, I told her the opposite. I said, if you come across the game that somebody wants that, trade that sucker for the game and get something you want for your collection.
You said make content on it and trade it. And
Yeah.
where is it at, guys? It's in my bathtub.
It literally is in her bathtub.
It never made it out of the bathtub. I do have to actually take it out and eventually I'll get some shorts and stuff on it.
But I know you
and all
don't
that.
really collect miniature arcades. Like, I mean, it's cool. It's a cool novelty to have, right? But I'm like, if somebody really, because there are people that collect those things. So I was like, well, if somebody's going to offer you a game that you need for your N64 collection, Super Nintendo collection, whatever, dude, trade it. Like, dude, you don't need I'm not going to get mad, because the way I feel, like, I helped you get whatever that item is now that's in your collection that you really want, right? So that there's always going to be some kind of, attachment to that, right? Like, you're going to be like, oh, well, he gave me this and I was able to trade that for this. These people that get wrapped up on people that sell their collections or trade their collections or trade games for things. Listen, I've traded a few games that I had some reseals of Final Fantasy for PlayStation 1. I don't know if he's in the chat room right now, but one of the guys that he always comes out, and Daryl, you guys know Daryl best, and he always comes out and brings games and such. Well, he had some Famicom games that I wanted, but he likes Final Fantasies. And so I was like, well, I'll trade, how's this for PlayStation 1? It was a reseal. And he was like, he goes, oh yeah, I'll take that. He said, that means really good shape. I'll take that. And I'm never going to play the game. Just like I bought the Final Fantasy VII remake for Switch, only because it has the Magic the Gathering cards in it. I'm leaving it sealed. I might even, I'm going to get slapped. I might grade it. But no,
Okay.
the reason I bought it is to invest into a game that I want in the future, because I know I
Okay.
don't play Final Fantasy, so I'm just going to be honest. I bought it because they're rare with having the collector card in it. So I'm going to use that to get top dollar and trade it for a game that I want. That's why I bought it.
Yeah.
The
I
only
mean,
reason I
there's
bought it.
nothing wrong with that.
Well, to some people there are things that are wrong with that, like you shouldn't be doing that. And it's like,
Yeah.
I used to collect coins as a kid. I used to collect baseball cards, football cards, basketball cards, hockey cards. How did you get the cards and the coins that you wanted?
You had to trade them.
Yeah, traded them. Pogs. You remember the Pogs? You grew up in the Pog era. How did you get the Pogs that you wanted if you didn't win them?
Yeah, you pretty much had to trade for
You
them.
traded them. This is
Same with Pokemon cards.
Pokemon.
But then you get scammed
Let's
and they trade you
go.
a fake card. Not over that. You know who you are.
Well, but I'm saying, like, why is it any different with video games? Why do people get all bent out of shape with that? All right, going down a rabbit hole. Let's get back on
Yep.
track here. I just wanted to bring that up because of that situation. But okay, to donate. You mentioned at the beginning. I mentioned at the beginning of the show. You know, we have the grifters, right, Brandy? We got the nice transition here. I started the show. I was like, everybody's got to donate. Everybody's got to give us some money. Grifters. I have a problem with that, man. Like, I get it if it's your day job, if it's your hustle, but I look at it like this: if your community likes you and likes what you do, they're going to be willing to support you, and they're going to do whatever they can to help you.
I agree.
You're not going to sit there and say, "Give me money."
No, I agree, and that's kind of how it is. Like, obviously, howdy, we got Cleveland Gaming Classic.
Donate to us, Cleveland. I'm just kidding. We're kidding.
No, but you do have people who are like that, and obviously there's levels to it. Okay.
Yeah.
So someone in the chat might do a super chat or something where they give a few dollars just as like a thank you for the podcast. Then you have content creators who have Patreon, who have channel memberships. You have some that they have it and people sign up and it's like unprompted. You have some that advertise. You have some that literally bring it up all the time. And then you have content creators that say, donate, and if I get $500, then this will happen. And then they're just hyping it up like throughout the show. And they're like, we got 100. Can someone do another?
What do they call that?
A
200. A hype train? I think they call that, right?
Yeah, it's just hyping, and they're just begging and begging. And it's like, what are you getting out of that content of them begging for money and getting the money? It's different. Like that's where like I'm confused by that type of stuff. And even on TikTok for a while it was donate, hit that money, send them roses, send this, send that, send this. And I don't understand that either. And that's just too beggy. That's way too nice.
The only time you guys didn't have to do that. That's not, but I want to bring this up here because Cleveland is here. Let's bring this up. Okay, the only time I will go to bat and say donate to us is if you remember a couple of years ago, Cleveland Gaming Classic was doing a donation that they were donating to one of the foundations. They could probably help us out and write it in the chat room. I don't remember. But Tom sat down with us and was talking to us about it. It was one of the Mortal Kombat folks, Carrie. She plays Sonya Blade. And her, I believe it's her child also has this disease. And Tom and her had gotten to talk. And so they were raising money for this charity. Okay. We were saying to people the whole show, the whole day, listen, instead of super chatting us, donate to the cause. We'd give the information, we'd put it up there, and then they would donate to the cause for the people watching, whatever, because it helps. That would be the only time that you'll hear me sit there and go, you need to donate, you need to help these, because you're helping kids or you're helping for whatever it is. I don't know. And I want to go back up here to this Clark Forager. He was like, the donation is predicted predicated, sorry, on a gaming museum being opened. Right, that was his original idea, but obviously life happened and he couldn't do it. He said the museum never happened. Correct. He never predicted his wife was going to get sick with cancer. He never predicted. I'm sure he's got medical bills out the wazoo. The guy's a school teacher. He's not making boku dollars, and I don't know if you've ever had cancer, but people that I've seen, look at who's the guy from Dawson's Creek that just died?
Vanderbeek.
James Vanderbeek. His family has to have a GoFundMe to do to help with expenses with him passing, because his chemo, his cancer treatments were so expensive. So now that's a celebrity, a TV star that went for I don't know how many seasons.
And like, just to put it in perspective, okay, so I follow some other content creators that are non-gaming related, like Ryan Trahan. And he did something where he was donating, St. Jude's, I believe, for one kid to get treatment and travel and all that stuff covered. It's like almost like $500,000.
I believe it.
For just one person or something. Like, it's some crazy obscure amount of money for that. Like, I can only imagine like people going through chemo and radiation and travel expenses, and if they lost their job and if they have kids and they have this, I can only imagine that number just getting up there. And especially if you have like kids that go through that stuff, especially like at St. Jude's. And that's why all this stuff, it costs so much money, and I don't think people like put some of that stuff into perspective. But that's just a little tidbit beside the point.
Listen, at the end of the day, we're just presenting facts here to you guys. We're not trying to change the way you view anybody or choose the way you view the situation. We're looking at this completely unbiased, and we're trying to help you guys see, like, maybe it's not what everybody's kind of been saying. I want to pull this back up. Cleveland answered and said it was the Raiden Science Foundation, and they raised $35,000, which is awesome.
That's amazing.
And then they go on to say, and by we, I mean the community and all the amazing people who helped. Thank you to our fans and yours. Yes. And in fact, I was just talking with Corey this week. So one of the conventions, obviously this year, I think it's the 13th through the 15th, and it's going to be in the new home in downtown Cleveland, across from the Cleveland Browns Stadium this year. So no longer are we at the I-8 Center. We are going to be in downtown Cleveland. So that should be a little bit exciting for those. That'll be coming up in September. I don't think
I've even been there.
I've been there once with my daughter. She had a dance competition there years ago. So, but that should be a lot of fun. But I don't know. I look at some of the other successful YouTubers, and I want to go back to what CC Games said. Like, people hold video games to a different standard for some reason, and I think this is beyond video games. I think this is a YouTuber mentality that it's almost an entitlement. Can I say that, chat? It's an entitlement. Like, I'm doing content and entertaining you, so therefore I expect you to reciprocate that by donating to me.
Yeah, people do feel that way. I literally have seen that, and sometimes I cringe when I see how much, like, begging and entitlement. And, like, no offense to some people, but when you only have, like, a very small following, and you're already, like, thinking about the money and the advertising and the begging, that's okay. Let's get into this little tidbit.
Go for it.
Obviously, we know that there are some people that have malicious intent in this community. We've witnessed it personally.
No,
I know. I might have been on another podcast.
No, let's just call it out. You were on a podcast. The guy got free stuff. Let's go there. The guy got free stuff. You were supposed to review some of that stuff. Your other co-host was supposed to review some of that stuff. What did the guy do? Tell everybody what he did.
So he used my name and at the time I had like 10,000 followers at that time. Now I have over 20. But I had like 10,000 at that time, and he was taking credit for my followers, my social media numbers. He was adding all of them together and saying, I'm on behalf of Brandy, Gamer Ahmer, and if you send this stuff out, we as a team collectively will all be happy to get these items. We will review them and we will post content on across the board. Oh look, he came in at the right time, Millennial Collector Ohio.
That was one of your co-hosts.
Yeah, it wasn't him. He wasn't the bad.
No. He was supposed to get stuff too, and he was kind of treated. And
he was treated pretty
Thomas,
bad too.
Forgive me, but you were treated like a lackey. You were treated like the intern, right? You were the guy. You were the intern guy, the mess cleaner upper.
And it was bad because companies were sending out, like, let's just for instance, like 3 EverDrives to this guy. One to go to me, one to go to Thomas, one to go to the other guy. And he was keeping all of that stuff. He wouldn't even give me a t-shirt that was gifted to me, like in my size. And he kept all that stuff. And I found his Facebook Marketplace where he was selling these items that I was supposed to get, that Thomas was supposed to get. And he was selling this stuff. I have screenshots. I have the receipts. Like, I literally have the conversations where he was using my name and like rank to essentially get into conventions, to get hotel rooms paid for, to get travel fees covered. He was using Thomas and his as a ride and gas money, and we were paying food and
you
stuff.
guys were just in the wrong junction, that's all. I mean, it just would have happened to be.
Exactly. Not even a t-shirt. Exactly.
Well, wait a second. I got her a t-shirt though, because one of the places was Stone Age Gamer, and I know the owner there, so I went in and I was talking to him, and he was,
That's how we confirmed it.
And I put Brandy on the phone because he couldn't believe it. He was floored. He thought she had gotten this stuff.
Nope, I did not get several.
I had her on speakerphone with there, and I was like, "Can I get her a shirt while I was here?" He gave me a couple. I got 2 shirts. I think I got. Yeah, and
I've worn them. They're very soft. They're very nice.
And he was supposed to be getting you EverDrive for, I think it was Neo Geo. Listen, guys,
like Turbo,
we're talking thousands of dollars worth of stuff that Stone Age Gamer gave this junction. I don't care. I'll say it. I have no problem with it.
Yeah, there's certain game junction.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what happened. And it's just so sad because everyone kept falling victim, and he kept taking advantage of multiple people, and he just kept moving through the gaming community, and he isn't even posting anymore, which is good. But he was solely in it to make money. He was using people. He was begging, advertising, pumping the Patreon, pumping this. He took advantage of it, and I felt, yeah, I'm still mad for you. I know. Like, and I was so nice about it because everyone was like, Brandy, don't say anything. Be a good little person and don't say anything. Don't call him out. Don't say anything. It'll make you look bad. And then meanwhile, he's using my name, my videos. All my videos went viral on his Facebook, got him the followers. I logged in, deleted as much as I could because it had me only in the videos that went viral. And then he just continued taking all of this stuff. And if you guys do research, you guys can see, like, I'm not fluffing this. I'm not lying about it.
There's a lot more to this. We're not going down, but the point we're trying to bring up was the whole grifting thing. You got to be careful. We're not telling you don't support content creators. Listen, if you want to, and we may not be your favorite content creators, and that's okay. But if there's a content creator that you really connect with, and you're like, man, I support his $5 a month, whatever it is that he has, we're not telling you not to do that. Because if the guy's not grifting, we're talking about a grifter like this guy was. That's Brandy. That's what I consider a grifter. I mean, really.
He's not the only one either. Like, there are plenty of people that do this stuff, and I hope that people can use their good judgment and see who's really in this for the right reasons. Are they constantly, like, begging for money? Are they ripping people off? Are they taking advantage of people? You know, we just hope that you guys can kind of, like, see some of that stuff, because if you're not in the YouTube scene, in the content creation scene, you might not see all the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
But we're just putting this information out there. You know, if you are going to support someone, you know, just do a little bit of research is pretty much all that we're saying. And, you know,
Yeah, we're not saying this. Brandy's not saying this for pity or anything like this, but this is
No.
the reality, folks. This is what we've kept quiet about it for a long time. We try to keep it, straight and narrow, but we're trying to show you guys that not everything is how it seems.
Yeah.
And you have to be careful because you're spending your hard-earned money,
Mm-hmm.
which you think is going toward a creator. Brandy, I donated to a creator. She's a very good artist. I used to watch her on Twitch a lot.
Okay.
And she was on her own. And she wanted a gaming chair. And she needed $100 and she could get her gaming chair. So I donated the $100. They had this big hype train and all this other jazz with it.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, she was still she was in this pretty rundown thing, this room. She's trying to build a brand for herself. She had a nice following. She's doing online graphics and drawing. And so I was like, okay, I know what it's like. You need a good chair to sit in. You're at your computer all day. So I'm going to help her.
True. Yeah.
To this day, almost 2 years later, she's using the same chair, but she's using that as a tool to gain people to give them money, to give her money. She's taking trips and going out with friends, different places. But she's using the chair to say, hey, donate to me. I want to get a better chair. We're so close to the goal.
No.
But she never, ever buys the chair. She just continues to buy other things. That was a moment where I was like, okay, note to self, I got to do more investigation before I give any money.
Yep.
I'm not, whatever. I did the right thing in my book, the way I see it, because I was trying to help her. Now,
yeah, you were trying to help. You had every intention. Yeah.
That was my only intention because I know what it's like. I work from home. I work out of a chair. I sit in a chair all day. But if you're in an uncomfortable chair and you're trying to do work, that's how it is. So I was like, I can relate to her, so I'll help her. She was $100 away from it. So I was like, okay, I'll help her out. I've gotten games, Brandy, donated to me. It's no secret. Stadium Events was one that got donated to me. I've gotten a few other games from New Zealand for the NES. Some football games that are worth nothing to them down there, but I know I'll never get them here in the United States unless I buy it on eBay or something. But we had a viewer, and he sent me those, and he said, they're just sports games. They probably cost him $1 or $2, but it was still cool. It was the fact that he thought about it and wanted to help me with, sort of a collection. It's things like that where people do donate games.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, how do you know that the person that you're donating him to is not going to just get rid of them in a week, in a month, and sell it to take another trip? Or
I have a response to that.
Go for it.
I've had people, not like a whole bunch of people. I had one person, and he sent me a couple games. I didn't ask for them. He had duplicates, and he wanted to send some things very early on in my YouTube career when I first started out. And he's a good friend to this day. And he watches and follows along and comments and things like that. Because I got those gifted to me, I would never let those go because they mean a little something extra. He wrote a hand note in there, and he was like, I wish you all the best, on YouTube, and, you have a good spirit, all this stuff. And I really appreciate that. And they do have a little bit of value to them, obviously. It was a couple of Vectrex homebrew games that were hard to find, and then it was I think it's Battle Sphere or something for the Atari Jaguar, and at the time it was the most expensive game on that console. And I take pride in those items, and I won't let those go, even if someone offered me crazy money, because to me they mean something.
Yep.
And I know not everyone's like that, and we already talked about that we both feel that way. Same with handmade items from other content creators and their kids and things like that. I always pride that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say, for instance, there was a particular YouTuber, I'm not going to say their name. They asked me, they were bigger than me, but one day they literally were telling me that I should give them, it was $100 and some Sega Saturn game at the time, because they commented and said, you should tag your description better on your video. And so they thought, because they gave me very little bit of advice or something, or a tip, that I should give them a game. And the way that they went about it was just in bad taste. And I quickly shut that conversation down, and then we didn't talk anymore. And they're a big YouTuber, and people were calling that YouTuber out because they had sent a lot of retro games to this YouTuber. And in his room tour videos that he would do, you would never see those items. So people were starting to think that he was getting some of this stuff and he was selling it. And then he ended up selling all his retro games anyway. So yeah, people do literally follow a creator and they look in their room tour videos and they try to see if they have, things like that. They try to see if those items that they gave them are still in their collection. And I mean, I know people gift stuff to people and you shouldn't expect them to hold it forever. So I mean, that's where we go back and forth again on how people feel like they still are attached to those items that they gift to someone.
Yeah, I know from, and you guys could say that I'm salty. You could say whatever you want, and that's fine. But when I was in the home arcade space, this was a big subject because guys would use the platform, Randy, to have the audience pay for their next cab. So when the cabs were like $300 or $500, what they would do is they'd get on and do a live stream, and they would challenge. They would work it, man. I don't even know how because I never did it. So they were so good at it, they could raise $300 to $500 in a single night from the audience and be like, well, yeah, if I could get this cab, I'd review it and you guys would know and blah blah blah. And the people would donate, man. I couldn't believe it. These people would just hand over money, and that left a lot of bad tastes in the mouths of the audience in the home arcade space. And I almost see that here, like you're saying, people look at game room tours to see if they still have the stuff that was given to them. I'm like you. If somebody gives me something, I don't care how cheesy, how you can say whatever you want with it. I keep it, and I could give you a prime example here real quick. If we want to do that, we'll take a little tour here, right? Just even in front of me here.
I know I'm looking my stuff all the way back up on the top shelf, so I can't get to it real quick.
Okay, whether or not you like the guy or not, this is not about that. Okay, but Mr. Rightway gave me that the first time I met him. It's a John Cena armband because he always used to call me a Fruity Pebble. So there's some sentimental value with that. Okay, because I met the guy. Ron from what's Little Mario. I can't think of. They changed their name so much. But you remember Ron? He gave me this comic book and he signed it.
Yeah, that's right.
Ron Dagan. I can't. He's with Brian the Mario. I can't think of what's the
trade or retro trade.
Retro trade, yeah. But he also does the other one where he has the demo dude.
He does the demo dude, the demo guy or demo dude.
And then Dr. Scott, right there. It's just he was giving these out to people. I made him sign it, not because he's some big celebrity or anything, but just we met in person. It was fun. He had me sign some stuff. But it's little things like that these guys gave out. CC Games. If you check my video, he gave me one of those Nintendo chains. You got one of them too. That's still in my game room. I'm not getting rid of that.
Never get rid of that.
Here's something that Brandy doesn't have. I want to bring attention to, and it's my first place trophy from Pittsburgh for winning at the games. You can see, Brandy doesn't have one of them, so you're not going to be able to see one of them. But
yeah,
hey.
We all know you bought that at Goodwill. You got a printed label thing.
And then here, look at
bad for you. They gave one to everyone.
Look at this. This is from Phil. Okay. So he gave me the hat when we were at a G-Dex. And that's something, I just keep it around. I got some autographed papers there of Stevie Richards down there, right underneath the hat. And then I got some PGX empty beer cans because they're all video game related. And CGC was supposed to give me some, but I think Tom just drank too much and forgot. And then there's all my lanyards and stuff. But, you guys aren't even seeing the video here. I thought I switched it over. But here, you can see.
Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about?
Oh, there's Phil, and here, we got to go back through it now. There's my cans.
Oh, nice.
Okay. There's my Phil. There's the hat from Phil. He gave me a GDX. There's the autograph. If anybody wants one of them, I could even send some of them. I got a lot of those autographs from Stevie Richards. There's that trophy. That's why I was thinking you were going to say something. And then here's the Dr. Scott.
A winner is you. Look how cheap that was. He printed that himself.
I didn't print that myself. Need a hero back. Remember when Scott did that? Remember Scott did that at Tour?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah.
He did that video, and then Ron from Retro Trade. He made that comic book. He did all the artwork for it. And Mr. Rightway.
That's awesome.
Again, no matter what you guys think of him, it's the first time I met him in person after knowing him for so long that he gave me that. Again, just things like that, that most people would probably be like, well, I'm not keeping it. I've kept this stuff. Okay. Call me weird. Say whatever you want.
I keep all the weird little trinkety.
Yeah. I
keep it all. And we're going to see it too. In our pickups of the week, we're going to see some stuff that I just got. So this goes all hand in hand with that.
Phil from Retro Trade. That's right. I've had him on the panel when we were at the conventions. So you have to be careful with people. Make sure you know where they stand with stuff. I'm not talking about people that are raising money for tornado victims. Like you see like these weather channels like Ryan Hall Y'all. Everybody out there probably knows who Ryan Hall Y'all is and watch his weather things that he does. He raises money for tornado victims and hurricane victims and wildfire victims and whatever victims. He raises all kinds of. So I'm not talking about people like that. I'm talking about
that's different.
You know who the grifters are. It's like we were just saying. Yeah.
You could typically tell.
All right, let's take a break from talking about this right quick, and let's get into our I think our first is our pickups this week, and we'll get back to this topic a little bit afterwards, but we'll take a little break from this. Let's get into, I know you guys missed it, our pickups of the week.
Hi, this is William Jackson from Millennium Flashbacks. You're watching the Game Masters on YouTube.
Show me the money. Show me the money. All right, let's go over to my pickup, which I got to remember what camera it's on. I think it's number 12. And we'll go over and take a look at this. Randy. I picked up, I had one of the first pre-orders when they came out, and I know they were selling out pretty quick, but I picked up the Virtual Boy for the Nintendo Switch 2. I have two other pickups, but they're at the store right now. They're holding them for me, and you guys will have to wait till next week to see it, but you put your Switch 2 down inside there. They did this justice 1-to-1, and even underneath you could see where the controller and stuff would be plugged in. They just have it embossed and raised. It's not like it's, you can plug anything into it. I kind of wish they would have. I don't know if they're sold out now. They were sold out earlier with pre-orders, but you have to be a Nintendo subscriber to their website, and that's the other thing.
Yeah, I still need one.
You have to have their online service to play their games. I wish they would have done a physical game with all the games on one cartridge for this, but they're not. So if I stop using the online service, this thing is a paperweight. Now, the good thing for some of you guys that are out there, you're like, well, I don't know if I should get one. It's probably $100 worthless. No, it's not, because let's say you have the original Virtual Boy. From everything I could see, because I don't have an original Virtual Boy, but every magazine that I looked at when I compare the stand, maybe somebody in the chat room can confirm this for me, it looks like Nintendo remade the stand exactly exactly the same size and the same fit as the original one. And I think this might be compatible with the original one. So if yours is broken, because every time I look to buy one, a lot of times they're broken on this plastic piece that holds it.
Broken.
If you,
I heard it's the same too.
Yeah, so if you guys want to confirm that, if you guys have a real Virtual Boy, CCG Games, he's saying it is the same. Okay, so you could literally use this with if you have a broken Virtual Boy. But I think the games play better on here. I just wish they would have done a Bluetooth controller, like the Virtual Boy had that. It looked like a Batwing controller that was wired that went up under here. It would have been cool to have like a Bluetooth controller of that, but I mean, it is what it is. You can use your I was using my Pro controller, but I think the games play better than I remember them playing on the Virtual Boy. I'd have to play them side by side, but I haven't played a Virtual Boy in like 30 years. But I mean, all in all, I think this is pretty cool. The whole build quality, I mean, for $100, I would do this over the cardboard. That's just my personal 2 cents. You guys can do what you want, but because I don't have a real Virtual Boy, this will do until I get one.
Mm-hmm.
So, is this on your list
it says
to buy?
It's in stock. I'm gonna have to get one.
Yeah, get one, and then you can all of a sudden you can hook up your. You just have to download. It's a free download. Let me get back to the chat room here since I was away from the chat room. I couldn't really see. Let me go back here. Yeah, it doesn't get more retro than that. Low Carb says.
And you get free shipping. It says you get free shipping. It's just $99.99.
Oh, CC Games did a video on it. He did a comparison video, he says. They're interchangeable, he says. Oh, that's awesome. That's great to know. So if I find one that's broken, I can get a decent price. Perfect. I can use it.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Howdy, welcome in. You guys are never too late. Thanks for joining, coming on in.
Sam from Rad Junk said the same too. She has both. Okay, cool. PNX Wilson. Eek, I'm late. That's okay. You didn't miss a ton. You can just go back and check it out at the beginning. All right, Brandy, what was your pickup? Do you have a pickup from this week?
Yes, it's more like a mail call. So, I actually just got this. If he's in the chat, I don't see him in there. Chase, if he's in here, from Raleigh Retro Gamers. He actually sent out a little care package. And first of all, in there, I'm glad he got me one of these. This is from Retro, or this convention, Rocket City Retro Fest. I want to make sure I didn't jumble up all the words.
Ooh, you're going to get in trouble.
But this right here, okay. So they recreated the Super Weekend, the Star Fox Super Weekend, that whole competition that they had. I have the cartridge, the competition cartridge. I have the competition pin. I have the competition jacket, and I have the card. Well, they actually recreated this, and they had people testing it out. They had cartridges there. They had a whole high score competition where you print your name, you put your high score, and they did like a whole thing on it. So if anyone did any videos and all that stuff, make sure you guys check it out. But I just thought it was cool that they did that, and now I can like include this with my cool little collection. But this is what he sent me, and I'm actually really shocked I didn't have one of these, and you guys might be shocked too. But he sent me this.
What is treats safe for kids?
So, okay. Back in the day, Nintendo did this whole Safe for Kids, National Safe Kids campaign, and I believe these would have been handed out for Halloween, right?
It looks like those Nintendo cards or stickers that are in there, because I think I've seen them before.
Yeah, it's 24 packs, 3 cards each, so they're trading card treats instead of candy. Oh. And these were like clearanced out at KB Toys for 10 cents instead of $3. So he actually saw these at somewhere. I don't know if it was like a thrift store, flea market, or like one of those places. And he asked me if I had them, and I said no. And he was, next thing you know, they arrived at my house. So thank you again. And that is, of course, from my buddy with Raleigh Retro Gamers, Chase, whenever he gets in the chat. But he sent those to me, and then he sent the open cards as well, so
Oh,
that I
very
wouldn't
cool.
open mine. So they're just cool little like Nintendo collectibles, and it has all these like little treats and stuff. So they're just like in these little things, and of course there's Link. You know, so you're gonna have like Legend of Zelda. You're gonna have Zelda 2, Link. You're gonna have
Everybody's
Super
saying you're gonna
Mario
put.
Brothers.
Everybody's saying, "Uh oh, another one for the tub."
Yeah, no, I gotta put it somewhere else. So they're just really cool. It's like a part of the National Safe Kids program that they had.
And speaking of Rally Retro,
Yes, that's why I also like decided to use that as my pickup. I will be out at their first convention of the year. This is my first convention of the year. It's going to be. It's not their Game and Geek Expo, but it is Raleigh Retro Gamers. He told me how to say it's not Riley, North Carolina. It's Raleigh
no, that's your
Retro Gamers.
Maryland.
And it's at the Triangle Town Market. So it's going to be at some sort of mall, and it is. Make sure I get.
Watch
the
it be
date right.
next to a GameStop.
I don't know. It's I believe it's February 28th. So if you are in Raleigh, North Carolina, and you can go out to Triangle Town Market, I believe it's some sort of mall. You guys can stop and say hi. Cuz I'll be there. I'll be at Raleigh.
Is there any other guests that have been announced yet, or are they still announcing other people?
I think it's like me and maybe like another person.
Okay.
If they say yes. So
I didn't know if he announced the other person, so I'll just be quiet then.
yeah, not yet. They didn't announce. I'm the first announced like I guess YouTuber content creator so far. There might be another person going who's a little bit more local to the area, but that I don't want to spoil anything just in case they weren't able to
absolutely
make it.
not. No.
But it's their kickoff event. It's like their kickoff show, and then they're going to go ahead and have their other conventions and other pop-up shows. They do tons for their community down there. So I'm definitely excited that they asked me to be a part of it. And then of course he sent all this wonderful stuff that I will not put in the bathtub. I'll find a spot for it.
So wait, real quick. So Greg, that's just one of her toy rooms. That's not even her video game collection. This is just one of her toy rooms. That's just like Ninja Turtles and I don't know what else she's got back there. But yeah, like go to her YouTube channel and you could see her actual game collection. You think mine is big? Oh no, son. Oh no. You ain't seen nothing. Go watch it on her YouTube channel. You can cry as you're watching it. I know.
I appreciate all the kind words, everyone. And thank you again for the support. $2 and, being a member for 11 months on the channel. Just awesome. We have
who is the member for the 11 months?
Same person who
the Cowabunga?
It's my Cowabunga. I think I have
cool.
what channel memberships. So we have AW1 YouTube 240. So thank you so much. Definitely appreciate that. Thanks for all the support and for, donating that as well. Definitely really do appreciate that and joining and being a channel member and the Cowabunga collection that I have on the channel member, like the name.
I am so glad you brought this up, Low Carb. I am so stoked for the new game, Castlevania. I've been waiting for a brand new Konami Castlevania game, Belmont's Curse. Yeah. This is going to be phenomenal. My only hate. Okay, can I say that I've got some hate for this game and it's not even out yet. They've only announced this for Xbox and PS5. My hate comes is I want it on the Switch too just for nostalgia, because all the Castlevania games I played when I was younger, since there's no more Sega consoles, was always on Nintendo. Like I hope they're going to bring it. Does anybody know? Because I haven't found anything on this.
I don't know. I haven't.
If not, I'll get it for a PS5. I mean, I'm going to get it for the PS5 too, but I want it so bad on a Nintendo. That's my only gripe. Yeah, it's a 2D platformer, side by side scroller. I mean, this is the Castlevania game we've been waiting for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dead Cells is making it. Toilet Clogger, you got to get this game.
Yeah, you have to.
This is a game like I want the collector's edition if they're gonna do one. Like Castlevania that's my all-time favorite game. Oh, dude, same devs, developers, or excuse me, as Dead Cells. Well, they did a crossover with Dead Cells and Castlevania. I didn't buy that game because I was just kind of like,
I didn't buy that yet. I was waiting for it to come down.
Same with me.
I found it used somewhere, but it was still up a little too much.
But if they do a Switch 2 version, I'll buy the Switch 2 and PlayStation 5. But it was just a bummer that that it wasn't on there. Maybe the Switch 2 can't run it because the Switch 2 hardware is essentially like the PS4 hardware. I don't know. Yeah, I was really bummed about that. That was my biggest moment. And it's trivial. I get it. It's trivial. It's not,
but it's valid. It's a valid reason I feel like to have.
Low Carb says my hate reason is justified.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's my only thing. Other than that, dude, it looks like a killer. Can we say it? Game of the year, maybe?
Oh,
maybe game of the year. Can we say that?
Just like what? Wolverine game of the year?
Wolverine definitely would be a runner-up for that, but come on, guys, tell me in the chat room. Let's go. Where my Castlevania lovers at in there? Come on, game of the year, right?
Here we go.
I don't know. I'm thinking. All right. On that note, before we get more into this, let's transition. You guys missed it, but what have we been playing this week? Let's take a look at that. Check it out.
Hey, this is Michael Rickard from Wildcard Video Games. You are watching Game Masters on YouTube. Enjoy.
All right. What are we playing? What are we playing in the grand scheme of things, which I need to pull up? I want to pull yours up first, I think. We'll go with yours. Because I'm curious. I'm curious to see what you think, because you're playing some Time Crisis. Now, is this footage from the wireless TV thing that we got from Game, or is this console?
This is different footage because I am still working some technical things out, and the footage that I had didn't look as good.
Okay.
So before I, completely say too much, I'm still working on some things, but I have been very invested in Time Crisis, and I have been having a lot of fun with the game controller. I'm just tweaking a few little things because I do have a large TV and a small space upstairs to work with. So now I'm shifting to maybe a little smaller TV and a much larger space to work with. So I will say that is key. So, if they've watched your videos and everything on it, I will say that is very key, and that does make or break the experience.
So that game console, if you guys didn't see it, I did an unboxing video. Yeah, believe it or not, I did 2 videos last week in 1 week.
I was shocked. It snowed.
Listen, I did the unboxing, and then I did the review. I had my daughter help with it, too, to see what she thought. Mm-hmm. And I did share with the company, and I said in the video, same thing you're saying, Brandy, about some things. But one of the big things is I felt like, and I know it's licensed, what is it, Bandai Namco that's licensed with or whatever.
Probably.
But man, they missed it. They should have added House of the Dead or gave you the ability to add more games, even if you had to buy them. Like House of the Dead would have wrapped that up. Now, since you've already done your review video, you just probably haven't edited it and all that stuff and put it out.
Yeah, and I got to get another couple clips of it.
That's fine. So, no, they actually use cameras in these guns, so you don't need like the Sinden style where you need a border around it. Now, I will tell you, if you're looking at getting that game, a lot of people will take a pistol. Actually, Randy, before we get to my game, I'm going to demonstrate this. I think I actually have a pistol over here. Hang on a second.
Oh, here we go, guys.
All right. let me move this guy out of the way. I think I have one of the. I do. So I have one of the pistols here. This is one of the light guns. I didn't take off because I only did the one player. Okay. What a lot of people will do when they're sighting this in is they'll get both hands on it like they would normally hit a pistol, and they'll get right behind it. And they'll do that. And they'll do that for every one of the targets when they're calibrating. You can't do that. Otherwise, this thing is not going to shoot worth a crap. You literally got to go like this. Boom, 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 like that at all the targets. Like, you have to like point just like you would at duck hunt. That's the best way I can explain it. If you do that and you do it on the right size TV and you're far enough way back, this thing is gold. If you sit there and you take your time and you aim it up, because who shoots on a fast moving game like this? Who sits there and goes like this?
I do. No, I'm kidding.
Like, you're not doing that because those guys are popping up all over the place. You're hitting the pedal.
Quick. It's fast paced. It's a fast paced game.
Brandy, you were having issues with it too, and I told you to recalibrate it and do it like this. And you even said the experience got better.
It did. The accuracy improved a lot. I think I just needed that longer cable that you were suggesting, just because like the TV's so big in the living room, but it's like a small space. So I'm just gonna rework some things, shift some things around, and because I want to get my accuracy to like near perfect.
Yeah, and it's hard because
before I finish this review. So you know,
watch out, the muzzle man. Oh, boy. Well, I just wanted to show you guys because if you're deciding to get this, when I first got it, the other thing is you got to really hold the power to turn it on. That was something you struggled with too. I thought the thing was broke when I first got it, and I was pressing and holding it, and finally it kicked on. But like I said, I thought it was really good. Now, where they missed the mark, they should have had House of the Dead and House of the Dead 2.
Yeah, I know it's licensing and you have to like pay extra for all that stuff, but would be cool to have like some sort of option where like in the future and stuff like that. So that would be cool to see.
But my little one, did you play any of the mini games with the little fish that jump out and you could shoot the fish? And my little one was having a ball with those, and the little clown that you shoot the balls and stuff like that. Like, she was having a ball with that. Like, she was able to do it. And so it was just something that like we were able to do. Yeah, it's kind of like duck hunt perfect. It really is. It's not. I'm not going to lie. I think it needs some tweaking, but I think it can be done through software. How you upgrade the software is beyond me. I don't know if we'll have to hook these Brandy to a computer and do the firmware to the gun or whatever, but.
And I've seen people who like play on like a much smaller TV and things like that. Like, it's like really pretty accurate. So it just kind of depends on like your setup and then how you're, just setting everything up. I feel like that's key.
If you
like, setup, accuracy.
If you have an At Games Legends Ultimate that has a 24-inch screen on it, or the arcade cabinet, I hooked it up to that. In fact, mine is hooked up to that right now.
Okay.
If you stand back the length of the cord from that, Brandy, it's perfect. On a 24-inch screen, it's an LCD. Works perfect.
See, that would be probably perfect. Just hook it up to one of my kiosks downstairs. Probably like the Xbox 360 one that I have, because I have that long hallway there. That would probably be the perfect TV to set that up.
Somebody's asking, what is this? This is the guns from Game, GAIME. If you want to look it up, let me see if I can pull it up here for you.
Yeah, I will say I was having a blast with it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
A lot of fun with the foot pedal. I do have the arcade. I do have Crisis Zone, so I do have an arcade of, essentially Time Crisis. Not that particular one, but I do have one with the foot pedal, and I will say this was still a lot of fun, given it's not an actual arcade.
So this is what the one that they gave us, and has a really cool statue. Brandy has it on her Instagram, but it's a little mini computer, I guess you could say, with the 4 main games on it, and then it has a bunch of mini games on it. You got Steel Gunner 2, you got Point Blank, and you got Time Crisis. 2 guns, 2 games, and then you can calibrate. I think it's $200 if you want the ultimate package.
Yeah, I bought the $200 around that the holidays, and mine came with a cool pin. It came with a cool.
That's what mine has. Yeah,
plastic like diorama, acrylic diorama. It
Mm.
came with the 2 guns, the foot pedal, and then the little console thing.
So-
I liked it. I
So-
have to tweak some more before I finish.
So if you have a kiosk or you have a Legends Ultimate, you can hook this up to it. In fact, I need to do a video to show people how to hook it up to the Legends Ultimate. It's actually very simple, but this is really cool, Brandy, because it adds 4 games to, like I said, it's better in the arcade because I just need to move the Legends Ultimate so people can stand back further. Right where it's at, you can't really stand back from it. But anyways, you guys could check this out. I think Brandy would say the same thing. It's not perfect, so don't go in with the expectations that this is going to be a perfect solution, because it's not.
But if you do a little bit of prep work,
That's
and
right.
you have the actual like space for it,
It's like a
I think you
colonoscopy. You do a little bit of prep work, everything comes out well in the end.
I wouldn't compare that to that because that sounds terrifying. I know you of your old age.
Oh, I set her up for that one.
sounds
Anyways, let's get back to here. This is what I've been playing this week, believe it or not. I picked this up. This is the Super Pac-Man 2. If you're into platformers, do you like Sonic the Hedgehog? This to me is like a cross between like Donkey Kong Bonanza, Mario Brothers, Sonic, because he can do like these spin attacks. You can see here we can do these ultimate jump attacks. And it's kind of like, but I love this. Like, this is a Pac-Man game. Like, I really got into it. And I'm still playing it. Like, you can do these ultimate, launches and such. This is what I've been playing on the Switch 2. I believe you can get it for Switch 1 as well. I don't know if Destination Switch is here. He could probably tell you. But this, to me, if you didn't get this game, you need to go out and get this game because it is phenomenal. It's a great game. It's the first time I've played the Switch 2 for a while, Brandy. I've just been so dang busy. And that was the game I gravitated towards. So
Okay.
that's what I've been playing recently. So on that note, we actually had somebody from the community, Johnny Graphics, send in a video talking about donating or not donating. So before we finish up our conversation on that, let's see what he had to say, eh?
Yeah.
Hey.
Hello, I'm Chris Sebastian from Play It Games, Movies, and Music, serving Central Ohio with 3 locations. You are watching Game Master.
What are your thoughts?
That's a great question. That's a great question. Yeah.
We'd love to hear from you.
Hello all, I hope you all are doing well. I'm really enjoying the show, guys. These are great episodes. I don't always chime in the comments, but I do watch pretty much all of them. So I've been enjoying the show. And I've been meaning to send you a video, so I'm glad I finally got around to it this time. Thank you, Brandy, for reminding me. But to my mind, there's really one common denominator that we should all acknowledge when it comes to sending money to a creator, and that is it's not the same thing as like buying something off of Amazon. You're not sending money for X and expecting X. You're sending money to them because you enjoy supporting whatever their current vision is for whatever they're talking about or whatever they're doing at the moment. And it's completely possible and likely even that they will change if they're working on a project that you're funding. Maybe that project changes or maybe it doesn't happen at all. And you just need to know that that's a possibility. And if you're not okay with that potential outcome, you probably shouldn't send the money. Like the John Hancock Museum situation. Like, John Hancock is a perfectly capable person, I'm sure, and I'm sure he had every intent of doing the museum with that original vision, but he's not a professional museum builder. Like, he's not known for that. You know what I mean? So to expect that's not something that I saw necessarily happening, right? That would have been surprising to me. And that's not to say that it's okay for a creator to like mislead donators or for some head of a project to mislead, their crowdfunders. Obviously, if something is being scammy or shady or something, that's a completely different issue, and that should, be dealt with accordingly. But in terms of somebody honestly pursuing something and just, maybe they took a long time, or maybe it turned into something else, or maybe it didn't happen at all. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's okay to be disappointed, but I don't feel like it's right to like stew on it and be super mad about it and shocked and surprised. And I think just a little bit of media literacy would go a long way here. So sorry if that was a little bit rambly. Hopefully that makes some sense at some level. But in any case, I think this is an important topic, and I'd like to see creators talk about it more, especially in this podcast format, because that really gives you time to sort of dig into it and look at, different angles of it and everything. And that's important to do. But yeah, thanks for having me on. Great show. Keep it up, guys.
All right. So somebody in the chat room asked, is this the Turbo guy? That is Johnny Graphics. Yes, you can check him out on YouTube. He's a good friend of the channel. It's always good to see new people send in videos to get their opinions and views, especially when your co-host is a grifter like the one I have here. She's right here. Everybody say hi to the grifter. she's got everybody donating to her. Chase, you're making her a grifter.
It's not my fault.
Wait a second. So how much did you say you made right now? $5?
I think like $5.
Listen, you're almost at enough money that you can get a Starbucks coffee. I think they're like $7 now, I think. So you guys got to step it up so she can at least get like a Starbucks coffee or something.
Man.
So if you missed it, if you're just tuning in, we've been talking about to donate or not donate. When is it okay to donate to content creators? Should you donate to content creators? We gave our opinions on John Hancock and what we thought about that situation. So if you missed it at the beginning of the podcast, you definitely want to go back and watch it later on. But Brandy, to kind of round this out, we talked a little bit about your situation with a certain Junction podcast that you were on, about how he used the platform to grift. And obviously I'm joking about you with that, but he used it to really grift and get expensive items from companies so he could resell them, and which was not cool.
Yeah, I think a lot, that we were talking about. Make sure you guys go back and listen, but you kind of got to see what people's intentions are. Do they seem genuine? Do you like their content? Are they only in it for some reason? Are they constantly begging for items? I feel like there's just different things that you guys can totally look. Oh, you guys are crazy. We got Johnny Graphics, $5, get a large coffee.
See, he knows. He knows it's expensive.
No, you guys don't have to. This is crazy. You guys are wild. I already got a package today from Chase with Riley Retro Games.
Whoa. This is a family-friendly show. Please keep it family-friendly.
No, he sent all this cool stuff, and now I'm getting donations. You guys are so crazy. So nice.
No, but seriously, we don't. And I want people to take this away, because I know like there's some people in here like PNX World. They've given you stuff at conventions because you showed it to me.
Yes.
What we don't want to do is there's genuinely good people out there like PNX World who they like the different content creators. They're willing to give something that they want, even if it's not super expensive or something that they feel like the collector would get something. We're not trying to discourage that. We're just trying to help you guys see some of the tactics that are used. I guess Brandy would be a good way of putting it.
I agree. Yeah.
The tactics that are used by some creators who are not genuine, so that your red flag goes up and goes, whoa, wait a second here.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't be donating anything to these guys because they're not genuine or they're not going to do something. Because if you're torn and you're on the fence about getting something to that creator or not give something to that creator, sometimes the best thing to do is just kind of pull back. You just you don't want to do that. Oh, did you flick them off? That's what they were asking.
I don't know.
And they're saying, no, not us, Steven. No, Brandy doesn't do that.
I think when I was flipping this stuff up, maybe my finger might have been off. I don't know. Was it intentional or was it not intentional?
So I'm
figure that out.
So when we go out to restaurants, I'll tell you, to go along with Shake and Bake and Media here, I tend to donate tip to the people I know to do good stuff. I'm much more careful, especially since I deleted Twitch, so that it helped. Yeah, like when I go out to dinner, Brandy, like I always see these posts on Facebook how somebody like left them a crappy tip, the waitress or whatever. I'll ask the waitress, I'll say, do you have to share this tip with the rest? Because some restaurants you have to share your tip, right? With all the servers. So if you get a lot of Oh, look at this dysfunction junction.
Yeah, you sent another $1.99.
So if you end up so if they split the tip, I'll give the waitress cash, and I'll give her a really good tip, because I don't think it's fair that she has to share her tips with other people that maybe aren't as hard of a worker as she is or he is.
Yeah, they weren't earning it. Some people
weren't
just
earning
kind of
it.
expect that, and then they don't put in.
I don't
they
go
don't
off
work as
of
hard.
the 20% or what they recommend. If listen, I'm a big stickler when I go out to eat. Randy will tell you this. If they keep my cup filled with drink,
Yep,
I will give them a really good tip, because there's nothing worse than, like, I always, if you see me, I always have something to drink all the time with me. It's just how I am. I drink all the time and I pee all the time. But my thing is, when I'm at a restaurant and if I'm eating something hot and spicy, like, dude, I want something to drink. I don't want to be waiting 30 minutes for them to come with refills, right? So I will give them a good tip for that. That's just how I am. That's kind of how I was raised, that you treat people like that. So, like, I donate to content creators. I will tip content creators. What I don't like is when it's taken advantage of, and they're not genuine. Like I said with the girl with the chair, right? You're using that to make people feel bad. I got a problem with that, because to me that's not genuine. A lot of what I do,
messing with emotion like that, like knowing that people like you are going to like feel a certain way. You
want to help them out.
You think you're helping. She's feeding off. She's preying, is what she's doing. She's preying on people to get what she wants, and that's not what we do here.
No.
Thank you, Mr. Gretzky. We're not asking for donations. You guys are just way too kind.
No, in fact, anything, if like, I can't speak for Brandy, but if tips come to me or whatever, I'm just going to put it right back. I'll find something that we can buy, that we can do a giveaway with, to the people in this chat. I won't even announce it as a giveaway. It's just like, you guys that are regulars will be here. If there's 10 people in here, you got a really good chance of winning. So that's usually what I do when I get enough donation money that I put it right back into it, or it goes toward paying for the monthly hosting for the podcast. So that's usually what I work a full-time job, man. Like, I just like Brandy. So it's like, we don't ask for stuff like that. But Low Carb says, that's like me. I always tip for good service. 100%. You don't do this, man.
I don't know what's going on. I learned
Chase is going after you now.
Raleigh. It's Raleigh like Holly. It's not Riley Retro Games.
No, it's not Riley. Why do you say Riley?
It's Raleigh, because it looks like it would be
No,
Riley.
there's an A in there. Raleigh.
But it's Raleigh.
It's Raleigh, North Carolina.
Raleigh Retro. See,
Raleigh like Holly.
Yeah, but I didn't know that. So when he called me the other day talking about the convention, I kept saying Riley Retro Gamers, and he's like, "Who's Riley?" And I'm like, "Riley," and he's like, "It's Raleigh." Raleigh.
Yeah, it's Raleigh. So I just want to let you know, anybody that's tipping Brandy right now, all the money that's going to her is going to her speech classes, so she can learn how to say Raleigh before she goes on the 28th down to North Carolina, so she doesn't get like stoned or something in the street or thrown out. Because we all know what she did in Pittsburgh. Right? We all remember. Right? I was gonna say, we all remember Pittsburgh. Johnny Graphics remembers Pittsburgh. That was not. That was the. See, they remember it. Look, they're all bringing it up here. Keep it up. She'll start the Go Pittsburgh. I'm telling you. Pittsburgh. It'll be like Go Raleigh, or you'll go Go Riley. Go Riley. Yeah.
How do you get banned from a whole?
Chase, you better have security on her. She's gonna get attacked. Don't believe if Steven is too old to work, guys. He's retired. Trust me. Dude, I wish I was retired sometimes, man. I'm not kidding. I saw this topic and thought how very relevant it is to me, and how well in all the stuff I went through. I have been enjoying the topics covered as of late. Awesome, Shake and Bacon Media. We really appreciate it. That's what we're trying to do with this podcast. We're trying to give you guys obviously we're going to talk about video games and stuff, but the content creation that comes with it, There was something else that Brandy actually brought up, and if you guys have another suggestion, throw it in there because we're going to use hers as well. Is how do you sustain YouTube, right? If you have if you have to step away for a while due to an illness or your community, or if you have to have surgery, or if you have to just take a hiatus because of a job situation or whatever. Like let's say you had to travel for 6 weeks straight.
When you because we all know there's been content creators that just disappear from YouTube and then they come back at some point. Like, how do you still stay, and are you still there waiting for the content creators when they come back? Do you give them grace if they disappear because they have to have a surgery or something that happens medical wise? Do you want them to tell you ahead of time? Like, what happens? Will YouTube be there essentially when you take a hiatus and you come back? Some people might disappear for a couple months or so, and then they just start creating content again. Like, what do you guys think about that? I'm trying to think of a specific topic with that.
Yeah, so that's something
much there.
That's something we want to do as a topic, not necessarily unless we can put something together for next week. But what do you guys think? Also, what's other topics that you'd like us to cover while we wrap this episode up here shortly? Put it in the chat room if there's something that's been kind of like, man, these guys, I want to hear what they have to say about this topic. Put it in the chat room because that's something we want. We appreciate the kind words. And Chase, thanks. You didn't have to do that. He said, "Come on down. We love you too. Come down to Raleigh." And I wish I could. February 28th is a little too close. Maybe in September if we can work that out. I'd love to come down. And I think there's a lot we can do. It'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people. It's not just gamers, because I think the gaming space is very prevalent, Brandy, that we see a lot of this grifting, this entitlement mentality, and I see it at a lot of shows. There's a lot of people that feel they're entitled. Like, hey, I've got 12,000 subscribers. Like, I'm entitled to a discount because I'm a YouTuber. I could make or break. And I feel like that's wrong. Like, if one of the vendors wants to give you a discount because they appreciate the content that you make, or they've heard of you, or they want you to do some kind of video for them, well, that's great and stuff, but you should never weaponize it. And I see a lot of content creators weaponize their platform, and that's not right. You didn't gain subscribers, you didn't gain a following, a community to weaponize it because you're not getting what you want, or you didn't get invited to a convention, so now you're going to weaponize it. You're going to use your platform to bash and attack a certain right.
We've seen that too, and I feel like people shouldn't be owed things. Like, you should never expect to be owed, but if people are nice, and if people, like y'all, if you guys do that stuff that you guys were doing all show and say the kind words, and none of that's expected, but because you guys do that, it makes it like rewarding, and it makes it like appreciated. Like, you guys are great. Like, but we're not going to be like, you must do this because I'm this. Like, no one should be demanding things. No one should be entitled like that. And it's just crazy.
So I want Low Carb to kind of elaborate on this. He said, maybe talk about the censorship in games. Are you talking about the gaming space as a whole? Or are you talking about the community? Or are you talking about censorship in games as in banning certain elements to a game, like blood or whatever? You fill in the blanks. What
the rating system and things like that.
Yes. And this is it right here. Shake and Bacon Media. Always be genuine and yourself. If you guys meet us in person, she'll tell you, I am the same way now on camera that I am in person.
Just a little older.
Yeah, thanks. A lot taller because she has to kind of look up to me all the time.
My neck hurts.
But no, seriously though, like, a lot of people, that's what they say. They're like, dang, you're like the same as you are on screen. Yeah, I am who I am, as Popeye the Sailor Man says, just like Brandy. But there are creators, Brandy, that we know that are different on camera. They turn it on for the camera, and then when they're in person, it's like, don't mess with them. you got to be careful of those people, and they're the biggest grifters. I hate to say it, but it's true.
Yep.
Yeah,
They don't meet your heroes.
So Mr. Gretzky says, I've seen vendors take advantage of YouTubers and give them discounts to push their business at shows. You are correct. There are vendors that will do that, basically buying. They'll buy coverage, and see, just like what we're doing here, right? We try to bring up everybody's comment. We're not making you guys pay for your comments. That's just stupid. The whole point of chatting and having a chat room is like, just like we're talking, right? We're not going to do that. We're not like certain channels. We don't do that. Censorship.
Yeah, we want to have community. We want to hear what you guys have to say, because, we like to think about these like off the wall topics. We don't want to talk about the same little everyday thing. Like we want to get out there and think and maybe change how this whole scene is. We want to better the community by putting this stuff out there, by talking about this stuff, so that we don't end up like all the people that you guys hate and dislike. We want to have more good versus bad in this community.
Yeah, tonight's show was not to like attack anybody. It's about bringing awareness. Mm-hmm. And listen, we've all got stories. We've all been attacked. We've all been man, we all have our stories. I mean, there's stories I could go on. I'm sure Brandy could too, but that's not what we're doing. We just want to help you guys to see that. Again, part of being game masters, right? We want to know what's going on. Daryl Best says, "Let's go for censorship in gaming." Sounds like a good topic. So we just want to elaborate on that. So we know where we're going with this. Censorship in gaming, as in the actual games. Like I'm confused by the wording of that.
Why don't we do like a collect all, like a collective censorship with games, with the rating system, with the way things have shifted, also with the community, also with people who get review things sent to them.
We could do that.
They have to be saying a certain thing, so they're essentially censored. Let's just do like the whole gambit of everything censored. Just censorship in gaming, whether it's the games, the community, the business.
All right, I like that. So
let's go crazy.
Let me also put this out there to you guys.
Yeah.
I know everybody's kind of pulled away from unboxings and reviews because they think YouTubers are paid off. I will tell you, myself and Brandy, we have discussions off camera about this. Mm-hmm. Anything we say in a review, you can read through it. If we don't sit there and go, this is the best thing that you should get, chances are we're kind of on the fence about it, and we want you guys to decide if you want to buy it. We won't tell you to buy it because we're not going to be like those other YouTubers just trying to sell a product for a company. You guys have to want to buy it. We're just going to present you the facts. That's how a review should be. Nobody should tell you, like, I'm not going to tell Brandy, like, hey, go buy this. Right? Well, maybe I will.
No, I mean, I think we can. I know some people are just saying like little bits and pieces, but I think we could spin this into a whole episode of talking about, because there's so much when it comes to censorship, and I think even what we're starting to talk about now, I think we can bring up some of that, next time, because there's ultimately censorship everywhere. You can always think about that. People don't get to say what they really feel or what they really mean. There's always something out there. So we'll go with that. We'll talk about it with games. We'll talk about it with old stuff, new stuff, the way things are today, the whole YouTube scene and creator space. We're just going to go crazy. So if there's anything in particular with censorship that you guys want us to hint on so that we don't go too broad, make sure you guys let us know. That way we can be sure to hit that little segment as well.
And I would go one step further.
Mm-hmm.
If any of you guys want to send in a video about your experience with censorship in the video game space, whether it be in reviews, whether it be on the actual gameplay or whatever it is, send those videos in.
Yep.
We definitely want to we want to tackle that. We want to show what you guys is thinking. Just send it in to Brandy or myself, and we'll get it up
Mm-hmm.
Again, we're trying to be. We'll talk about video games and everything like that, but we're trying to be different. Gamergate, I like that.
True.
I like that. Gamergate, gatekeeping. Oh, we could definitely talk about some gatekeeping.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, I mean, we're looking at one of the biggest gatekeepers in the world right here.
What are you talking about? Just with my bathtub.
Okay, so you don't have a door in front of it?
That's the other thing I gatekeep.
Aha!
Be selective on what goes in and out of the bathtub. That's all.
Well, I would hope so.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna have to wrap this up. Brandy, what do you got going on this week?
Who knows? No, I'm kidding. I'm playing Time Crisis, obviously, getting some things together. I have a new series. I think I'm gonna go ahead and start that ASAP. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Big things coming. And then obviously you can catch me in not Riley, but Raleigh, North Carolina.
Got it right.
Yeah, Raleigh, North Carolina for their awesome event that they're having. I will be out there. I can't wait. Gonna have a good time. And just I can't wait. There's gonna be so much footage, gonna make so much content. And I can't wait to share all of that with you guys. So hopefully I find some good things. I'm putting it out there in the universe. I'm going to go back. Oh, I got a bigger vehicle that I can put some stuff in. So hopefully.
Oh, well, wait. The new series, Bring It On. So you've heard of This Old House? Her new series is called This Old Game Room, and she's going to start in the bathroom. That's the new series.
No. Although I'm sure people would watch that. But no, I do have something. I just have to. I'm trying to make it different. I want it to be different than your regular video of, look at me, look what I bought, blah blah blah. Or look what's in my bathtub, blah blah blah.
Oh, Mr. Gretzky's going to be there with you in Raleigh. So make sure you get a picture with Mr. Gretzky.
Nice. Yeah, I'll be there. It's the 28th. I will be there. Hopefully, it's great weather and everything. Can't wait. Can't wait to see everyone. Can't wait to catch up. Definitely gonna see you there. Oh, yeah. And I'll have Game Masters.
I was just gonna ask you, do you have any Game Master swag that you can take with you for anybody that meets up with you?
I have a baseball hat that I'll be selling. I think
Nice.
I have like one T-shirt. I don't know what size it is, but I do have some pins. I just got them in. I ordered another round of nice button pins of Game Masters, and I have some Gamer Aimer ones. And then I still have tons of stickers for Game Masters. I don't know if I have any Game Masters coasters, but I do have Gamer Aimer coasters.
But you can have the same hat that I wear. Now,
I think it is.
We do.
It is the same hat.
We have to charge for the hats and the shirts so we can replace them. So we don't make any money on it. We literally sell them for what we get them for, and then because we're not trying to make money on it, we're just thrilled you guys want to wear it. But we literally sell them for what we're paying for.
Yeah, whatever I got it for, I'm just gonna put it for sale.
I bought my own too, and my shirt and everything.
The pins, stickers, that stuff is all free. Those things are free. It's just the T-shirts and the hats. Since I have to pay for the items and the shipping, like that will be sold, but it'll be like at cost. I'm not there to rip anyone off, make money on.
Mr. Gretzky wants the hat, so you got to save it for him.
Perfect. I'll bring it. I just gotta remember. I gotta bring all that stuff. Don't want to forget anything. But I'll be there.
What would do you want the hat signed by both of us with my meat grips, or do you want it with just bare hand?
Oh, here we go.
I should approach like people that have grills that make the meat grips, and be like, you should sponsor us, and we could call meat grips. Okay, it sounded better. It sounded better in my head.
Yeah, sometimes you.
Yeah, I'll just let that one go. Okay.
Yeah,
anyways.
Yeah.
Anyway, she'll be there, guys. I don't know. I've been trying to put out some different shorts. I had 2 videos last week that I put out. Make sure you guys go check it out if you want to know more about that game light gun system that we showed you a little bit earlier on today. You can see my kid playing it and myself. We did an unboxing, kind of walked you through some of the options and some of the things that you might struggle with. I do have some more. I have some more videos I want to do. I've been debating, Brandy, whether I want to do unboxings or if I want to do like reviews of stuff. I want to do meaningful content, stuff where it doesn't look like you're peddling a product all the time. I'd rather show the unboxing stuff, or I'd show the products, the acquisition products, because I got some that they're holding for me at the game store. I showed you 3 of those items, remember? They're display pieces.
Oh, yep.
So he's holding that, and he has another piece for me that he had just gotten in. So next week I'll have that here, and I can show you guys it. I just haven't had time to go down there, so he just like, I'll just add it to your pile, and I'm like, okay. So he texts me all the time. So once I get down there and go, we can do that. Sign meat grips only. Listen, we're happy that we'll sign whatever you guys want when we're at the conventions. I know there's going to be a bunch of conventions we're going to be at together. We're really going to be promoting Game Masters hard this year.
Yeah.
So a new setup at different conventions that we're at together. You'll see it's going to be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to it.
Oh, I can't wait. We're already planning tons of stuff behind the scenes. We're getting some ideas flowing. We're getting some things set up. We're getting some stuff locked in. Still a little early and behind the scenes stuff. But definitely can't wait. The second I get out there to Raleigh, I feel like it's gonna all fly by. So I can't wait.
Yeah, the meat grips, it goes way back to when I was on another podcast. So you just Chase, you don't have to worry about trying to figure it out. And I still need to get up to New York. I was planning on going game hunting with my buddy Daryl there, and then we got hit with a freaking snowpocalypse, and he got hit worse than I did. But so we didn't get to do that over Christmas, and so
you're going to New York.
I want to. He not to give away his location, but he's probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours away from me, and then we're gonna do some game hunting at some point. I don't know when, but
that'll be awesome.
So
you better film.
I am gonna film it. I'm gonna film it. But snowstorms, like every single time we've talked about doing it, we've hit snowstorms or something. So hopefully this spring we can get some time to do that, because I think it'll be a lot of fun. We gave you guys a little bit extra. We want to get back to the hour next week, but because you guys didn't have us last week, we figured, we can go over a little bit tonight, right? You guys are cool with that. You guys have been hanging with us, so
it's been so much fun.
Oh, I'd love to come out to Portland Retro. I heard it's but again, we have to have help where they can fly us out and pay for our accommodations, and we come out and cover it and everything, because it's expensive to fly across country.
That one's a little far, so
it's
at
not,
some point I think it'll work out and we'll get out there.
It's not that we're celebrities that we need. It's like when people hear like, oh, you YouTubers need somebody to pay, it's like, no, I just don't have it in the budget really to be paying like $1,000 for a flight out, and a lot of these conventions they build that into their expenses for entertainment and stuff, so they have the budget for doing that. So it works for both people. So that's why we always say, like, if they'd invite us out and bring us out, we could do that. It's hard. It really is. It's hard to do that kind of stuff. But yeah, we'll definitely do some videos of that. We will be back next week. We're going to put something together about the censorship. So bring your comments next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure if you're not subscribed, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, youtube.com/GamerAhmer, and look for all her latest content. And if you're not familiar with me, just look up Meat Grips. No, I'm just kidding. You're not going to look up Meat Grips. YouTube.com/ don't do that.
Don't do that.
YouTube.com/TheTechBuzz. You'll find us. But remember, the most important thing is if you go over to our podcast, make sure you go over to thegamemasters.podbeam.com, and you can subscribe to us just about on all your favorite podcast catching apps on your phone, whether you have Android, iOS, it doesn't matter. Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio. We're everywhere. Brandy and I have got it everywhere, and you guys can listen to. And I want to let everybody know, Brandy, and I haven't even told you this. I looked at the numbers. Our all-time numbers now, we're at 35 episodes. Okay. I actually counted right this week. 35 episodes. We are at 780 downloads of the podcast all time. So that means 780 of you guys have downloaded. That's unique. So that's not for you keep coming back every week downloading that. This is 780 unique people are listening to us in the podcast.
On the
So
other.
thank you
Wow.
to all those folks out there that are listening to us ramble every week. No, I'm just kidding. We really appreciate it, and as soon as we hit 1,000 of that, I'll post a little banner, and we all could share it out because that's a milestone for all of us. There'll be a banner for that.
Because they're different than our YouTube space. You know, like
Yes.
we're on YouTube, and that's different than our YouTube, our Facebook, our Instagram. It's different than all those numbers because this is something completely different.
This is just podcast downloads, people listening to it on their phones, on their computers, however it is.
Very cool.
So completely separate. So thank you guys that take the time to subscribe. If you're listening, if that's the only way you consume the show and you miss all the theatrics that we do on video,
It's entertaining.
It's entertaining. You need to watch the video too. But we really appreciate all you guys as we continue to grow with this. We're having a lot of fun doing this, and we hope you guys are having a lot of fun too. But keep those comments coming. Let us know what topics you want, because sometimes we go brain dead with topics, but we want what the people want. What do the people want? That's what we want to know. So, all right, we've dragged this on long enough, guys. We will see you next week.
Oh, that was a good show. That was a long show. What are you doing here? The show's over. What are you doing? Go away. What are you doing? Do you see this? Look.
What are you doing in there?
Why are you here? The show is over. Go home.
Go
Get
away.
lost.
Oh my gosh. Just in our house?
Yeah, go away.
Wonder how much more I can actually fit into this shower here. I feel like I have plenty of room to go ahead and put more stuff. Wait, why are you guys here? You guys aren't supposed to see this. I'm not doing anything in here. This isn't storage. You guys need to get out of here. Go home. Go, get out of here. Stop watching. You don't need anything.